Why? Why? Are you serious, Justin Trudeau? Why? Are you serious? Why? I mean, that's really the question, right? It's got to be the question. Why?
Why?
Why? Are you serious? Why? I mean, that's really the question. Why would you order farmers? Why are you putting a quota on how much milk each farmer can produce? What is that? When milk is $7 a liter, let the farmers produce as much milk as they want. Then they sell it. The more the supply and demand, the more milk there is, the lower the price will go. But you can't force this guy to dump 30,000 liters of milk this month because he produced more than his quota. Then when the next month, or 2 months from now, when he has a bad month and he doesn't meet his quota, okay? But you're not going to subsidize him for being below quota. This is insane. This is not capitalism. This is not supply and demand. This is not free enterprise. This is Trudeau tyranny. I'll tell you all about it here in a minute, guys. Let me just put a shout out right now for www.healthwithpaul.com, since we're talking about milk. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. Low levels of collagen show up in more ways than one. And all those sagging skin and wrinkles are the most common that come to mind now. Did you know that your nails, your hair, the joints can also be signs of low collagen levels as well? Now, one of the quickest ways to help combat low levels of collagen is to supplement with a high-quality collagen supplement at www.healthwithpaul.com. And there may not be a better choice than www.healthwithpaul.com, which uses 5 critically important types of collagen to help provide your skin, hair, nails, joints, the nutrition you need. Folks, we're talking about plant, egg, and fish collagen. Look the best this coming spring and summer. Save 51% off the price. Receive several free bonuses, including a VIP health coaching for life before their half off sale ends. Go now to www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com, or simply click on the link in the description below the video. And look, the best part of it, you got 60 days to change your mind if you aren't fully satisfied. I mean, you can't go wrong. So order now at www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. Man, you will be happy you made that decision. But I can tell you right now, I'm not happy that Trudeau made his decision. Insane. What is he thinking? Or is he thinking? Or what are they thinking? In a time when a world there's famine in the world, in a time when the price of milk in Canada is $7 a liter, why in the world are you making this guy pour 30,000 liters of milk out because he exceeded his quota? Let the man work. This is his farm. Let him decide what to do with the 30,000. Maybe he wants to give some of it. Maybe he wants to sell it to individuals. Maybe he wants to have a right to sell his milk to anybody who wants to buy it, even if he has to sell it at a little bit lower price. That's what it's called, free market enterprise. And so what is this guy thinking? What is Trudeau thinking? Or is he thinking? You know, I'm starting to think that they are thinking that this is all part of that World Economic Forum. I mean, this is how they think. They're socialists, but it's more than socialism here. This has nothing to do with the climate. This has nothing to do with any of that. What they're trying to do is force people to drink less milk, to eat less meat, to have less cattle, to cut down on what they believe is the carbon footprint, and also to control the markets. To control the markets, that's what you do in communism. It's not what you do in free enterprise, capitalism. And you don't give people a chance to earn their own living. Now, this dairy farmer from Southern Ontario, okay? He's from Southern Ontario. And he's very upset because they're in Canada. He has spoken out about how the Canadian government makes farms dump thousands of liters of fresh milk because they have gone over their quota. In a video shared by TikTok by Travis Hooligan, and that's this guy, not Hooligan, but Hooligan, I'll say it right, Canadian dairy farmer Jerry Human expresses his outrage at the Canadian government and the dairy farmers of Ontario, which is called the DFO, for wasting hundreds of liters of fresh milk despite inflation, outrageous prices. Right now, during the winter months, you milk quite a bit more milk because the feed is very consistent. So the cows produce more milk. And if you do a good job, you will produce quite a bit of milk. But right now, we're over our quota because we're limited in what we can produce. We're regulated by the federal government or by the DFO. Look at this milk running away. It's the end of the month, and I'm dumping 30,000 liters of milk, and it breaks my heart. This year, Canadian milk is $7 a liter. When I go for a haircut, people don't say, wow, $7, Jerry, for a little bit of milk. And then they say, you have to go higher up because we have no say anymore as a dairy farmer of our own farm because they make us dump it. And no matter how we stand up, so this time I'm going public. One user commented, this is a great example of how they control food supplies to the benefit and the government and the corporations at the cost of the people. They do not care about you whatsoever. Great example of how the government isn't for the people and is doing more harm than good. It's just pure evil. A major winter storm in Ontario that began on December 23rd caused highways to shut down, preventing truckers from picking up the milk. Dairy Farmers of Ontario issued a statement on December 24th notifying the farmers of dangerous road conditions and asking them to dispose of the milk that wouldn't be able to be picked up by the drivers. In other words, pour it out. We can't come and get it. But even if there is no winter storm, just simply if you produce too much over anything over your quota, you're only allowed to have so much milk you can produce. He's only allowed so much milk to produce. And then once he goes over that, he has to just throw it away, dump it out. But if in later this summer, when the cows don't give as much milk and he's below quota, nobody comes to his rescue to bail him out. His fixed costs don't change. His insurance on his farm doesn't go down because he's having a bad month. The government doesn't subsidize him if he's 50,000 liters below the quota. He just has to eat it. But when he has a good month, he has to dump it. Which means, how do you ever make a profit? You know what I'm saying? The ebb and flow of business. You can't have that. You can't treat people that way. This is you're running the war from the White House kind of mentality. But in Canada, it's Justin Trudeau. What are you thinking, dude? And it's not just Trudeau alone, but it's the Canadian government working with what was called, which this is really Klaus Schwab. This is all part of the United Nations Agenda 2030, global sustainability, to control, to limit, to squeeze, to constrict the consumption and the prices, and to manage the populace. And Canada's getting sick of it. And I'm going to tell you right now, the people in Canada, good people, great people, are sick and tired of being treated like this. They know what they need to do. If this guy wants to make 100,000 liters more than your quota, let him make it. Let him sell it. Let him give it to food pantries. Let him give it to single moms. Let him donate it to nursing homes. Let him give it to churches to give out to parishioners. Let him sell it for lower prices. Let him be competitive. Are you serious? So I'm just saying, it's getting old And this is just one example of price control, which is communism, and in Canada. That's just one. There's many, many ways they do it. And the same thing happens in America, by the way. They are limiting these farmers to how much they can produce. They're paying farmers not to plant the fields. There's fields that are not even being used, not even being planted. And Bill Gates is buying up farms, and then he's not planting anything in them. China's coming around buying up farms and not planting anything in it. And then you want to know why inflation's so high. It's a number of things. It's a combination of things. And the Canadians are some of the nicest people in the world. You know, and this guy is saying, look, I've had enough. I can't take it. We can't take it anymore. Can you blame them? This is ridiculous. But guys, when you start talking about the World Economic Forum, and you have to understand, some of these leaders in the world are graduates of the World Economic Forum under Klaus Schwab. They were trained on how to manage their nations. And Trudeau was one of his graduates. So was Gavin Newsom over in California. So was several other foreign ministers and presidents and prime ministers around the globe. And this is how this global elitism is being brought on, and how we're told what to do and when to do it. It's getting old, and people are tired of this whole thing. Give your life to Jesus Christ, folks, because it's going to get worse. Don't miss tonight. Don't you dare miss tonight's broadcast with Mike from around the world. We're going to be starting at 9 p.m. Eastern with a ton of information and things that are happening that will blow your mind.
There's nothing that we love more than going to church. Uncle Leroy and Lord singing joy bells of heaven. Me and Donna singing. And from that stop we got a owner. Foot stomping, hand clapping, tambourine slapping. Whole church is rocking. Shout. If you're asking me, I'll tell you it's a fact. It just don't get no better than that. No, no, no. We didn't need padded pews or stained glass windows for the Holy Ghost to move. A mighty wind on us, an upright piano, and Charlie Brown's old guitar. Tambourine slapping, whole church rocking, and everybody shout. If you're asking me, I tell you it's a fact. It just don't get no better than that. No, 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 no. We like to bring back the days we all sang those roof-raising gospel songs, just like Kenny Henson singing, hallelujah ringing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Holy Ghost.
Are you serious? Come on, somebody.
Let's have some foot stomping, hand clapping,
tambourine slapping,
whole church rocking, and everybody shout. If you're asking me, I'll tell you it's a fact. It just don't get no better than that. No.
It's a bona fide fact. No better, no better, no better, no better, no better, no better. It just don't get no better than that.
Yeah! Are you serious?
I will be back with some more information in just a moment. Are you serious? Give your life to Jesus Christ. You can see it's getting crazy. The glass is half empty. Don't cry over spilled milk. It's getting ugly in Canada.